me introduce Timothy first. Timothy walked into the office in St. Cloud. No, I got a phone call from him. And he said, one of your buddies from what office was that? Ohio. Referred him to here, said, and of course he said, hey, we have residual income here. And Timothy has been in sales most of his life, if not when he, there was a couple years like when he was in diapers. They just, I think that was his boot camp, maybe the first 6 months. Threw away the diapers, got rid of the pacifier, and he started selling. He's still wearing diapers.
That's how he gets to so many appointments.
When he came into the office, he was just like, just show me. Just show me what you have going on here. I can do this. I've got this. And he really has. There was only hiccup at first was the technology, and that took him about Mikhail because and that took him about a couple weeks to figure out. It's all pretty easy with Albatross. And then he got rolling. But he did have some bumps in the road early on. He was booking the beat het, and then but he wasn't closing them. And then he made a couple of switches, and that's what he's gonna be talking about. So everyone, I want you to put your hands together, make some noise for Timothy.
The only reason why I'm here is because this man bought me an $88 bottle of wine last Friday. Gary wanted me to give you a little background. Kansas, that's my met a girl from St. Paul 28 years ago, been here 27 years. I started sales when I was 19. I used to be looking at the old guy up here, thinking, what the hell is this guy going to teach me? One thing that I don't want you to do is just think, as I know everything. I don't know jack about this business. I don't know. Most of you in here know more about solar than I will know in 6 months. That's where I'm learning. That's what I need is the technology and figure out the deal. The rest of it is just showing up, like they say, showing up. My FTCs, when I do bookings, I do not leave the house unless I have an FTC appointment. It's in there 2 days after the site survey. I book it in there. Last week, I had 9 show beat me. He had 10 king. I had 9 FTC appointments. That's how I looked at it. I did not have 9 bookings. I had 9 FTC appointments. How many golfers in here? What's the saying about driving and putting? Driving for show, buttons for dough. Bookings are for show. Bookings don't pay you anything. When I started in this business, I started in December, first week of December. I booked 5 the first week. I booked 5 the second week. And the week of Christmas, I booked 3. January, I booked and booked and booked. How many FTCs I get? 2 months time, I got 1 book or 1 FTC. And it was my first appointment, and I never talked to the woman again. She was all over everything. She was Miss Solar. I'm going solar. I'm gonna save the world. I never talked to her again. She pulled everything through. As soon as it popped up on the screen, she'd do it. So basically, I sold nothing the first 2 months to get paid. Not a thing. And then I was sitting in a parking lot in Maple Grove, waiting, staging on an appointment, and Gary had us doing a Zoom. And it was Lance. And he was talking about the very thing. He talked about my story back when he started. And he started talking about, you got to get the FTC appointment when you're in there. You got to go through, you got to tell them what you're going to do. So book the appointment for the FTC. It makes or breaks you. And when they say, well, just give me a call when that comes in. No, book it in there. I've got one tonight. I like to do mine first thing in the morning or the last of the day, because then I can control when I'm in there, or I'm in there a long time. I take 2 hours, 2 full hours. I took 2 hours and 15 minutes on one 2 weeks ago. I'm not leaving the money. The next appointment, I don't care about it. I haven't even met them. They may not even be there, which never happens, does it? Book in there. I did a guy, took me 2 hours and 30 minutes to book you. Took me 2 hours and 15 minutes to do the FDC. And then 2 days later, he called me up and said, Tim, the numbers don't work for me. I said, you owe me one more shot. Third time's a charm. First time you hear it, it's new. Second time you've heard it, third time is a charm. I'm coming back. You owe me one more shot. I spent 2 more hours in there. That's the one that I spent over 6 hours with this guy. But guess what? He's in my paycheck tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah. And I didn't care about the commission. I cared about the book. I care about the $100 bonus I get. Every time you finalize one, you get a $100 raise. Every month, you get a $100 raise. I'm here for the bookings.
You're here
I'm
for the residual.
residuals.
You're here for the
I've
residual.
been in the insurance business long ago. I mean, agency hated that. Never want to have anybody work underneath me again. Made a lot of money. But we had residuals. We had renewals for 5 years. So it was capped. When I heard from my buddy that this place doesn't cap the renewals, that's one of the first things I asked Gary. How can they do this? He explained that. He can explain it to you later on. I want to get more money every month. I've been on a bunch of trips all over the place. I've been on cruises. I've been in Hawaii. I've been parasailing. I've been scuba diving. I've been skydiving. I've done all that stuff. You know what I like about it the most? It's painful. By somebody else. That's the nicest thing. And it's always 5-star. It's always nice places. It's top of line. I've had Dong Ho sing for us personally in Hawaii, which most of you don't even know who that is. You do, don't you?
I don't actually. No.
Oh my God, I'm so old. Google it, Mr. Hawaii. I've been to Disneyland. I've been to Disney World. I've been all over the place. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've swam with the dolphins. I've done the electrolytes. I've done all that stuff, and it's all paid for. It's all free. FDC. We were talking the other day, and they wanted me to share this with you. I got 2 things from some mentors of mine that I want to share with you real quick, and then I'll get into some more stuff. Which Gary has already done my presentation. It's simple. FDC appointment, period. But one thing is in sales, it's not easy. Or else everyone would be doing it. You wouldn't have a job opportunity, would you? It's going to be a lot of no's. Talk about tough skin. It's going to be a lot of no's. Well, I had this mentor teach me. He says, to keep track of sales and how many times you call somebody, whether it's calling or door knocking or showing up, and there be no one there, or I'm not interested. I didn't set that appointment. We've all heard it. We're going to hear it again today. You're going to hear it again. And he taught me this. He says, figure out how many no's it takes to get to a yes. And then the next no you get, that's off your list. Be happy about it. You just got that no out of the way to get to a yes. Don't let it get you down. Keep your attitude up. Take your attitude into the next house. We just got rid of a no. This one's going to be, I'm closer to it. This one may not be a yes, but I'm closer to it. Get rid of the no's. That's a positive thing. It's a positive thing. Gary and I were texting the other day. I'd had 6 no-shows and/or cancellations in one day. And I'm sitting there staging a game for 2 hours. I already staged the house. It's all ready for it, prepared, looked at all numbers, did pre-design, proposals, all that. And I was texting Gary, hey, what's the record on cancellations and proposals? And he said, get rid of your magnet, We're talking back and forth. Hey, it's just gets all the no's out of the way. Next appointment, closed it. Went to my FDC, closed it, but the guy's name is not on the electric bill. His wife's is, so it's sitting there in limbo waiting for the name change. I love that. Well, I missed that in the first one. Look at stuff like that when you're looking. Look at the stuff you're going to need when you're there, like the name change. I had a simple one. Her name was Cody-Morgan. They had the Y off. It was Cod Morgan. They kicked it out. I had to do a name change. Took 3 weeks. They just sitting there waiting for me to get paid on it. I lost $100 on that. because it went into another month, so I didn't get the $100 for another month. This one will do the same thing, little things like that. We'll talk to you about option selling. This is the ice cream. I don't know the study or whatever, it's a long time ago. This little ice cream shop and hamburger joint was wanting to sell more ice cream. And they got this organization that came in there and they said, we're gonna have you do this. Every other client, ask them if they want to, after they place the order, burger and fries, ask them if they want an ice cream cone. And then the next one, ask them if they want chocolate or vanilla ice cream with that. You know what the difference in the sales were between the two? It's like about 5% they sold ice creams when they asked them to buy an ice cream cone on top of their order. 85% of people that were offered the option between a vanilla and a chocolate ice cream cone bought a vanilla or a chocolate ice cream cone. Because you take away the yes or no. No, I didn't order a damn ice cream cone. I would have ordered one if I wanted one. No, I don't want that. 2, what do you want? Vanilla or chocolate? How many in this room thought which one they like better? You just bought an ice cream cone, didn't you?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Option selling. So when I do my appointments, I run 2 proposals. I show them 2 proposals. I show them the BP plus and I show them the non 25 year. One's going to push, give them a break. One's going to be a little less, start early. And when I started doing this, I thought, it's a no brainer. Everyone's going to take the less money, less payment. That's what the percentage is. 50-50.
Really?
Half my deals are BP plus, half the deals are just 25 year. 50-50. And it once in a while cash. I have all the 4 clients. Darius gives you all the 4.
How many cash?
Offer them an option. If you like that, that's what I do. And again, when I'm in there, it's just strictly FTC appointment. I don't remember the last time that I booked somebody and I didn't set an FTC appointment. I've had people wait on, well, just give me a call. No, just go, no. My schedule is too full. Because it is. If you try that stuff, you look at your schedule. My schedule, I have nothing open until next week. I've got 1 FTC tonight, 1 tomorrow morning, 1 tomorrow night, and Saturday, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. And then I got the appointments in the middle. I don't have time to be trying to fit someone in there. Their money, treat them like they're special. When I'm in, this is when I start when I'm showing the time circle, or the time frame. When I do after I go, when you get to final design, I am going to come out and go over that with you. So let's schedule that time right, when we get to it. I tell them probably 3 or 4 times in there that I'm coming back. I'm just not a salesman that's going to sell you something and pass you out to the home office and you'll never see me again. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I tell them that 3 or 4 times. I'm coming back. I'll come here. And then I let them pick the time. And I got my schedule. And then I put them in my calendar in front of them. And then I have them write it down, and I write it down on my card that I leave them. I write down the site survey and I write down the final design time. But I put them in my calendar and I tell them, I go, okay, you're in there. So they know I'm going to show up. They're in my calendar. It's more important for me to let them understand that I'm coming back. You're going to see me again and again if you need. I will. Until you tell me not to. That's pretty much what I've got. I don't know what else to tell you.
Awesome. Yeah.
Can you give us a walkthrough of how you do the one set of numbers and the other, and then how do you close after showing the both?
Okay, yeah. I tell them, I go, no, I just say simply, I've got 2 proposals we're going to show you. And I used the 18 months. I go, now you're going to get that tax credit next year because you're going to file your taxes next year for this year when you go solar. I go, so we came up with a proposal to give you a little break there, waiting for that check. It just makes sense. But it doesn't. And I said, so what? I'm telling you, oh yeah, we gotta wait for that check. And so I said, so we're going to show you a proposal where we push that out 18 months to give you a break. And we're going to show you one where you don't. One's a little more because you're pushing it. That's how the numbers work. And I go, well, either the way, whichever one you like. And then I show them the BP plus, because that's the bigger number. Never want to show them the lower number first. You want to show them the bigger number. And then you come back from that. Then they go, oh, that's better. It's got a lower number. Then I show them that number. And then I go right to the timetable and I go through the timetable, and you're gonna get your FDC, Gary's already done that, so you're gonna get your FDC, I'm gonna come back out, go through that with you and pull you through. And then we're gonna take it, do. And then when I'm done with that timetable, I go, now we have to get your roof inspected and your electrical box checked. We have to make sure your house qualifies. So which one of these programs did you want to qualify on? And that's my close. So which one of these would you prefer to have? Or you just go, that's your option. So now, again, do you want to do this? No, I want the BP plus. I want that break. No, I want the lower. Well, that one didn't. And then I just go right into the credit check.
So you're not trying to predict which way they might go, you're just like offering the two, and then you figure they just.
They will surprise you.
Yeah, they would, because I've been doing it with cash, I've been doing 25 in cash,
Okay.
and I just had 3 cash FPCs this week. I don't know why, but I guess some people just wanna pay up front.
Oh, the one I booked yesterday, it was gonna be tough to sell it because he had low TSR and he had a lot of panels, so we had a big payment.
Yeah.
We were so far apart, and I was going, and I started my little spiel about, we're gonna let you push it, and the guy goes, no, I wanna buy a system. And I went, oh, okay.
Right, cash.
I should offer you, strawberries there with that vanilla and the chocolate and strawberry.
Yeah, that's great.
I like strawberry better too, but I like cash. But, so yeah, it's the assumption close. When you've been in sales a long time, it's the assumption. You assume, you're not asking for the sale, you assume that they're gonna do it. So which one of these do you want to qualify, get your house qualified? And they'll pick it. And then you just go, okay, now we got to do that soft check on you. Boom, 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 boom. Good question. What else? Okay.
Awesome. Takeaways, Logan?
So then when you're doing the overview, are you still matching his? Or are you saying there's no money up front and we got the promotion where it's 18 months free? Or are you phrasing that a little differently since you're gonna show fast track? Yeah.
I don't do the fast track unless I need to. And I haven't been dabbling with that a lot, so I'm still working with that. Because the other stuff I've been doing is working. I don't need to get to the fast track. So I'm not, most of you are probably more comfortable with the fast track.
Right, so I was wondering the phrasing of, because right now we have everywhere, when you go solar, it's 0 out of pocket, we've got a promotion where we can be 18 months free. I'm guessing you're not using that verbiage because you're gonna show them.
Are you saying any of that?
Doesn't include the 18 months free.
I'm just talking push it. I don't talk free. I don't like the word free.
Yeah, but he's asking like what you say, like what you told me to say.
When you're giving
Do you
them
want to start
your
it
picture,
now
not
or
when
do you
you're
want
showing the
to
numbers.
push it back?
No, I'm saying when you're first introducing the concept of solar, you're saying, hey, like when you go with Excel, it's branding, blah, blah, blah. When you go solar, it's 0 money out of pocket. And what the Gary version would be, you follow that with, and we've got a promotion right now where it's 18 months free. I'm guessing you're not saying we've got a promotion right now, it's 18 months free because that's not how you're selling it. So how are you introducing solar as a concept? What are you saying when you're?
Just it's 0 out of pocket.
Uh-huh.
We finance the entire system at a very low 4.49% over a 25-year period. And the government is going to give you a tax credit check for 30% of the entire system. It's not based on your income, it's based on the size of the system.
Okay.
Period. I don't get into the 18 months until I get to that point.
Gotcha.
That's it.
So I do want to caution everyone. I want to caution not the veteran reps. I want to caution the new reps. Don't do Tim's model right now. No, please keep it very simple. Just do the BP plus. One of the concerns, I mean, Tim has many years of sales experience under his belt. And so with that, one of the things I want for you guys, because I know it will work for you, is to keep it very simple for the customer. Because the more options that you give, like Tim is giving, what will end up happening, guaranteed, is you're going to complicate the customer. Shoes nodding his head. The reps like, yeah, you are going to complicate the customer. I think Tim does have some value lots of value to give for folks that have been doing this for a while that are using the different options already. So Eric, you're bringing in the cash, you're bringing in the BP as well as a BP plus. But for the new reps, I just want you guys to keep it very, very simple. The biggest takeaway I would say for Tim is, again, having those FDA appointments set is like at the booking and not leaving there without getting those FDA appointments. And then understanding that, you know, like in real estate, I have a home up in Willela that I have an agent up in Colorado that's actually selling my home, right? He's excited because I'm signed up with him to sell my home. He's not gonna make any money unless he frickin' gets that thing sold for me, right? So you could be an agent, a real estate agent with 1 million homes out there, like this guy with the big billboards, what's his name? Everyone knows his name. God, wonder how much he spends on those frickin' billboards. His budget. But he might have, but is he actually selling the homes is a big, I have a feeling he makes pretty good money. So again, new reps, just basically what I'm saying is ignore most of what Tim said. No, but the other half, it was great value, and the half that you gave to these guys was huge. I think the option close is another tool that you guys are going to be able to use.
Well,
And that's what I would say it is. It's a tool.
let me expand on your,
Yeah.
make it simple.
Yeah.
Aaron and I were talking about this the other day. But, you know, oh, you're in it. But we were talking about this the other day. But when I get into a slump, I look back and go, I'm giving them too much information. I'm trying to sell, I'm trying to give way too much information. We were talking about this. Pull it back, simplify it, make it more simple. Aaron's been kicking butt the last 2 weeks. You know, and whenever I'm slumping or I'm not closing, what the hell happened there? I covered everything. Well, sometimes it's because I covered everything. Everything I shouldn't have covered. I covered too much. So, yeah, Gary's right. You new people, just stick to one deal, go do that, and then you can start dabbling after you get success.
This is being recorded, guys. Okay, one last question, Dan.
So you talked a little bit about the importance of setting the final design meeting. Like, what's the flow of your final design? What are you like actually talking about? Like, how much of like listening or talking or report or like reselling are you actually doing? In the final
Yeah, what are you doing?
Wow.
Yeah, good.
I go back over to the.
Okay,
Because I want them to see the numbers again.
yeah,
I want them to
nice.
I want them to see the
Usually
staging.
start with that.
Well, I walked in and said, did you have any quick questions before I, because I want them to know, I'm running this appointment, it's my show, I'm gonna do it, okay? Because if you walk in and say, hey, any questions, they're gonna run you over.
Yeah,
They're gonna run you over. So you be respectful. Do you got a quick question or two before I get into what we're gonna do here?
yeah,
So you give them that, because they'll have that one or that two, that's where you're gonna close it. So you're gaining information, you're gaining knowledge. Which goes to another mentor of mine talking about how you got to know who you're dealing with. You got to find out about them. Ask them questions. What makes them important? Are they more green or are they more money? What's more important to them? If it's all about green, then you hit green. If it's all about money, forget green. Earth can burn down. You're going to save them some money.
yeah.
Tom was in one. The guy was all about the money. She was all about green. First one she went with me. And the missus was so excited about going green. She didn't care about the money. It could have been $500 a month. She didn't care. The numbers had to make sense. Perfect world when you got like that. Then you can get them both. On. But yeah, simplify it. And then I go through the numbers, just like an appointment, but I speed it up.
Okay.
They don't have to, I'm just highlighting. Okay. I said, you see, this is why you're going solar. Again, some people, this is why you're going solar. Now, before we start pulling you through, do you have any more questions? And so you're just doing a mini camp of the first appointment without the PS, but you want to see the numbers, and you go over. And before you go into your final design point, sit down and look at it.
Yep.
The night
You
before.
gotta remember it.
Look at it, because if you don't, then the guy's gonna ask you, why are those panels this way instead of that way that you showed me?
Mhm,
I don't know,
mhm.
because I didn't prepare. Prepare the night before, prepare in the car down the block. Look at the final design, make sure it matches. Make sure it matches the proposal. Because some guys, I went into the one the other night, that guy had 3 years of utility bills and ledgers out the wazoo. This guy was calculating everything over a 5-year, 10-year. Hey, Tim, it's gonna take me 3 years to catch up. And then it's all, I could have taken that money and invested it. And I mean, I had looked at the numbers, so I was prepared to offset that. I went ahead and pulled him through. But if I hadn't been prepared, I'd sit there and just look like I was stupid. But so prepare for that. Because that's your money.
I think that was a huge point, Dan, is so getting a protocol for those FDA appointments. And then I would say bring in some of those tools I would say utilize the tools that we have in Dropbox primarily in those FDA appointments. So we have all the calculators in there and you can utilize those right ahead of time. Get those numbers right so that you can go in and say, this is what you're paying right now. Next 5 years, this is what that number looks. Next 10 years, this is how much that you're going to be paying Excel. So I would utilize that. And then from what you just said is basically just go through the pitch again, just a lot quicker.
Mm.
And then at that point, then just be assumptive and say, okay, now look at your email. You have an email from our BRS support. Go ahead and reply to that. Approved. Now let's make sure that all your information on your insurance declaration is correct. You should have already gotten all that information, but make sure you have the date correct. Make sure it's not out, not like within 30 days, because otherwise you're going to have to get a renewal on that. Look at those ahead of time. On the utility bill for everyone, I know I'm repeating myself. This is important. Is on the utility bill for Excel, you need the premise number. You need the account number, address, full name.
Right.
Yeah, and right name. So on Tim's account that it's not going through, you could have the wife on there. She, I assume, wasn't on the title of the house.
She's on the title of the house, but she's not on the good leap or anything like that. Everything's in his name.
Okay, he's not on that loan then?
He's on the loan.
He's not on the utility bill?
He's not on the utility bill.
Okay.
So his name will not match anything else.
I got a call.
I got a super quick fix. I've had that happen. Yeah, so if they have access to an online account, they should, they don't, you help them create it, but when they have it, if you go into any online account, you're always able to change the name on their online account. And what you do is, whether that's on a computer or on the phone, you take a picture of it and you send it into utility bills. Because they're gonna see, okay, this is a name change on an official document. You don't have to wait for a new bill. Nothing's gonna change. The account number is gonna stay the same, premise number is gonna stay the same, but that's gonna let you do it right then and there.
Can you edit other stuff or just the name?
Just the name. And even then with Excel, because they gray it out, you'll have to call in and say, hey, can you change it to these exact letters? And they'll go, yes. And then great, can you update that on the online account? Yes, fantastic. And then you wait for it to change the name.
Yeah, and I would want to emphasize too, if the person at that booking appointment doesn't have a utility bill, at least get their account information, like the account number, call Excel, get the account number, get the premise number. And you'll be able to, and if they don't have an account set up, if it's somebody that's older, you can set up their account for them under your email. And then just after you're done, just, get all that information, get it to utilities, and then switch the account back over to, their email, because you don't want to have all that information in here. So everyone give Tim a lot of love. That makes you. So this is recorded. So it's on, I recorded on Zoom.